Welcome back to the Cosmic Awakening podcast. I am Makāula Nakae, a lifelong experiencer and ET contactee since 1990. I have a wealth of insights and stories to share from decades of lived experiences spanning spiritual, interdimensional, and extraterrestrial contacts. Cosmic Awakening Part 3, 2014's The First Contact, Beyond C5. Chapter 3, First Contact. Episode 21, The Dawn of Fifth Density. 5D represents the fifth wave density, with the D indicating density rather than dimension. Since approximately 1990, teachings from entities like Bashar and various cosmic beings have emphasized Earth's transition from the third wave density to the fourth and fifth wave densities. While I grasped this concept mentally, there remained uncertainties and complexities. Over time, I sensed my vibration rising, though articulating this transformation proved challenging. Understanding the shift from 3D to 4D is elusive. It feels like change has occurred, yet remains imperceptible. Nonetheless, upon reflection, subtle alterations become apparent. Similar intricacies surround the comprehension of 5D, which I fully apprehended upon attending a 5D gathering, a congregation of starseed individuals intrigued by ET phenomena. During my inaugural participation, I couldn't help but feel a sense of uniqueness. Conversations within the group unveiled shared experiences, revealing where I fit in. Attendees, including a middle-aged man, disclosed newfound interests in ET and UFOs since October 2011, coinciding with spiral wave downloads and ascension endeavors. Their genuine curiosity, unbidden by mere intrigue, was remarkable, resonating with a sense of frustration for the uninitiated. As discussions progressed, I recounted my ET and UFO encounters dating back to 1991, including a pivotal journey to Peru, close encounters with UFOs, and alien interactions in Egypt. Listeners were captivated, prompting a realization of my status as a contactee, despite my prior lack of self-awareness. The term alien abduction, often sensationalized by media portrayals, led to misconceptions. Hence, the term experiencers emerged, encompassing individuals subjected to alien encounters, including abductees. These insights shed light on my role within the sphere of contactee experiences. Experience. Individuals who have encountered aliens, including abduction incidents, fall under the category of experiences. The distinction between experiencers and abductees lies in their encounters. Abductees typically undergo distressing experiences marked by human experimentation. Conversely, experiencers engage in some form of communication with ET beings. For instance, a married couple shared a space with a female channeler, who facilitated communication through channeling and vibrational downloads. While there are parallels between her experiences and mine, she perceives things more lucidly, aligning closely with natural human tendencies. This disparity hints at differing personal inclinations. She embodies a reflection of myself from about 15 years ago. Amidst these interactions, discussions about 5D unfolded, gradually elucidating the broader context. Approximately 90% of Earth's populace generally remains oblivious to the unawakened 3D density consciousness, alternate dimensions, and the vibrational realm. As the transition from 3D to 4D ensues, a shift in consciousness commences. A pivotal aspect involves detachment from materialistic pursuits and a heightened focus on spiritual exploration. This transition encompasses practices such as meditation, holistic therapies, and reconnecting with nature. Additionally, it encompasses engagement with spiritual teachings, yoga, qigong, Chinese medicine, and energy healing. Ultimately, the overarching objective is self-transformation. The journey from the 3D self to the 4D self entails fostering a stronger sense of identity and gaining a deeper understanding of oneself. The aspiration is to embrace a liberated version of oneself, free from constraints. In the realm of ET encounters and UFO phenomena, occurrences are rare, constituting a significantly smaller percentage than spiritual systems and self-transformation. Despite the growing popularity of concepts like the law of attraction, which catalyzes consciousness evolution, fields like energy healing and psychic communication still need to be explored. While many individuals express interest, only a minority are willing to delve deeply into these subjects. The domain of ET encounters and UFOs is even more niche and leaves a lasting impression on those involved. Earth's vibrational frequency continues to ascend, yet it is significantly influenced by the populace's predominant 3D consciousness. Consequently, the current situation is characterized by a phenomenon known as the spin effect. This effect manifests as a series of recurrent occurrences, including abnormal weather patterns like typhoons, cyclones, and hurricanes. Similarly, individuals may notice recurring experiences in their lives, signaling a shift in consciousness. Initially, synchronicities may appear randomly, but as awareness deepens, they become more frequent and stable, reflecting the transition from 3D to 4D consciousness. Until 2015, the concept of 5D remained elusive to me, but I am now beginning to grasp its essence. Entering 5D signifies a profound shift in perspective, wherein one's worldview undergoes a dramatic transformation. Relationships no longer feel restrictive, and individuals are less inclined to impose limitations on themselves or others. Fixations, attachments, and unrealistic expectations diminish, paving the way for greater emotional freedom. At its most profound, the journey to 5D entails liberation from the sway of internal and external emotions. This transformation is deeply influenced by the energetic shifts occurring within the energy body and physical form. As the aura's density increases and the overall density of consciousness rises, individuals ascend to higher levels of being. Ultimately, the concept of the fifth wave density encapsulates the evolution of consciousness itself. Transition from 3D to 5D. Before attending a 5D-themed meetup, I had heard of the term 5D, but had yet to delve into its significance or perception. Upon discovering this 5D group, I was genuinely impressed, thinking, there are individuals earnestly pursuing this realm. Quite surprising. While there's been a recent surge in spiritual and metaphysical interest in the United States, the exploration of 5D remains relatively nascent, with only a handful diving deep into it. The concept of the fifth wave density might intersect with the ET phenomena, as some information sources may stem from ET channeling. In the broader spiritual community, the idea of density of consciousness is still emerging, and many individuals need to grasp that 5D equates to the fifth wave density. In a way, those intrigued by ET and UFOs are pioneers in this regard. It became apparent that I stood out within the 5D group. While most members were drawn to ET and UFO topics, they needed tangible, real-life experiences. Although I've never had repeated UFO sightings and yearn for extraterrestrial contact, it remains more of a conceptual aspiration than a concrete reality. Media portrayals, envisioning scenarios of direct encounters with aliens, have influenced many. However, a select few harbor a deeper understanding due to their exceptional interest. I need to be aware of much of the internet discourse surrounding ET and UFOs, which spans various topics like the New World Order and economic control. As these subjects don't pique my interest, I often feel lost when discussions delve deeply into them. While others may better grasp these trends, I stick to the basics, recognizing their limited relevance. IT civilizations, including the Galactic Federation, support Earth's advancement and oppose shadow forces. However, their involvement occurs beyond our comprehension, making direct human participation impractical. Instead, we should focus on what we can do as humans as they do their part. Despite many longing for ET contact, only some grasp the ongoing interactions between ET civilizations and humans. This gap arises due to divergent focuses and limited awareness. Many need to be aware of the substantial research conducted by ET beings mingling among humans. This disparity highlights the divergence between 3D consciousness and consciousness above 5D. Human unreadiness accounts for their infrequent appearances, inability to be seen, and unrecognized presence. Even in CE5 endeavors aimed at ET contact, intentional distance is maintained. Considering the vast vibrational disparities, the key lies in gradual exposure and acclimatization. The majority's consciousness density remains rooted in 3D, making it challenging to perceive higher vibrational ranges. Imaginations at this level are distant from the realities of higher consciousness levels, creating a gap between humans and ET civilizations. Bridging this gap requires individuals tuned to both 3D and 5D consciousness densities. The ET civilization initiates contact with individuals deemed receptive as an initial step. At the same time, regular group UFO sightings serve as a foundational aspect, merely scratching the surface of a comprehensive plan. Simultaneously, the education of individuals poised to bridge the gap between 3D and 5D consciousness densities has commenced, marking an unprecedented phase. While many elevate their vibrations towards the 4D consciousness density, the majority struggle to comprehend the transition from 4D to 5D, hindered by confusion and inertia. A paradigm shift is imperative to establish the realms of 4D and 5D. It necessitates the removal of invisible barriers constraining consciousness, such as assumptions and societal norms. It calls for a shift in our conscious perspective, transcending the limitations of 3D consciousness to adopt a broader, more expansive viewpoint. Today, Earth offers various teaching tools for transitioning from 3D to 4D consciousness. These include ancient practices like meditation, Zen, acupuncture, Qigong, Tai Chi in the Buddhist realm, yoga, chakra work, and Kundalini in the Vedic tradition. Despite being refined over millennia and embraced by countless practitioners, only a fraction attain mastery in these disciplines, highlighting their rarity. The lack of anticipation for a second coming of figures like Jesus Christ or Buddha raises questions in light of these profound teachings and practices. When examined objectively, these teachings and tools become evident as being not easily mastered and present significant challenges. So, why do many people attempt and fall short? Is it because they are inherently difficult to impart? Many may naturally lean towards such a conclusion. Let's shift our perspective. Numerous individuals require guidance in achieving their goals, recognizing that a comprehensive understanding of these teachings is essential, often viewed as shrouded in mystery or secrecy. They understand that unlocking these mysteries or secrets is key to progressing to the next stage. However, the ancient wisdom, teachings, and tools still in use today may reveal only truths or encounter obstacles due to their inherent mysteries or secrets. One must approach tasks with a holistic perspective to succeed. The challenges in comprehending these teachings stem from the need for complete transparency. This marks the initial step towards transitioning to 5D consciousness. And the density of consciousness is intricately linked to the incomplete nature of these teachings. So what precisely is consciousness density? Consciousness itself embodies energy, and energy possesses density. The low energy density emanating from your current physical form is the primary obstacle preventing the transition from 3D to 4D consciousness density. If one grasps the methods to compress and enhance the quality and quantity of energy capable of attaining 4D consciousness density, their consciousness can swiftly ascend from 3D to 4D. The same principle applies to the transition from 4D to 5D. Until recent years, the techniques and energy needed to transition from 3D to 4D were readily accessible and relatively straightforward. However, the tools necessary for elevating consciousness from the 4th to the 5th density were unavailable. The blueprints for assembling these 5D tools for increasing consciousness density have begun to be downloaded, albeit incompletely. This process was initiated gradually with the harmonic convergence, which gained momentum around 2009 to 2010. By the onset of fall 2011, the foundational components for constructing the initial bridge had been downloaded, albeit in holographic form. Even with this, the practical implementation of this project remained distant, requiring substantial development before it could be effectively utilized. These emerging realities may leave many uncertain, pondering, but these subtle shifts, challenging to discern and understand, will continue to subtly unsettle the fabric of reality, akin to faint tremors gradually affecting change. The transformation of collective consciousness will proceed at a deliberate and unhurried pace. To be continued. Watch the cinematic video trailer. Explore the archive. Cosmic Awakening Part 1, 1991. Peru, Journey into the Unknown Sacred Valley of the Incas. Part 2, Ascension 2012, The Golden Alchemy. Part 3, The First Contact. The World of ET Contacts, Beyond C5. Join the journey. New episodes drop periodically. Each chapter delivers a tight, hyper-focused 10 to 30-minute hit of real-life experiences, perfect for your daily plunge into consciousness exploration. Subscribe to support your inner development. Thumbs up to help push our channel through the algorithm. Comment below. Share your thoughts on today's exploration.